According to their listeners, there are only two kinds of people in this world. Those who worship the members of thrash metal band Slayer as gods amongst mortals, and those who don't and are wrong not to do so. Of all the bands out there, it's an easy argument to make that Slayer doesn't actually have any fans. They have fanatics. If you've seen one of their shows or footage from one of their concerts, you can see why. And if you ask any Slayer fan about any other band, they'll tell you that band's biggest problem is that they aren't Slayer. The loyalty runs that deep. They were founded in 1981 in Huntington, California by Kerry King, Jeff Hanneman, Dave Lombardo, and Tom Araya, and are one of the most respected thrash metal bands that's ever been created. Their music is described as fast and brutal, and the band's song lyrics have caused lawsuits and heavy criticism from several groups, with topics like torture, serial killers, fascism, and Satanism. When you write songs like Raining Blood or Angel of Death, written about Joseph Mengele and his human experimentation in Auschwitz, and it's one of your most well-known tracks, you know there's going to be fallout from certain people, like Holocaust survivors. The band has also written about Reinhard Heydrich, who orchestrated the extermination of the Jewish during World War II, Jeffrey Dahmer the Cannibal, and the September 11, 2001 attacks of the World Trade Center in New York. You might hate the band, their music, and what they represent, but an army of die-hard fans do not. As I said, Slayer's been around since the early 80s, and that kind of longevity speaks for itself. And in that time, they've put out 12 studio albums, have 5 Grammy nominations and 1 win, and are one of the most influential bands in its genre, period. The band basically inspired every band you've ever heard of that plays any form of metal, including Pantera, Metallica, Slipknot, Sepultura, and Cannibal Corpse, to name a few out of hundreds, if not thousands. Their lineup has changed significantly because of the death of Jeff Hanneman in 2013. Hanneman was diagnosed with necrotizing fasciitis, or flesh-eating disease, which is believed to have been caused by a spider bite. His physical health deteriorated, and he never fully recovered before dying of liver failure, with the cause listed as alcohol-related cirrhosis. Hanneman's death rocked the band and the metal world in its entirety, and although the band eventually carried on, it was only for a few years before Slayer retired from the music scene forever on November 30th, 2019.